Hello, everybody. Um, I know it's been a rough year for Jets fans worldwide. The Jets haven't finished the season with a winning record since 2015. They haven't made the playoffs since 2010, yada, yada, yada. But there have been several good things about the Jets this season. For one, they have the best special teams unit in the NFL. I think Chris Banjo, the Jets' current special teams coach, has done the best job coaching the Jets' special teams since the legend himself, Mike Westhoff. Number two, Aaron Glenn has seemingly started to improve, has seemingly improved as a coach these last few weeks. Number three, Brees Hall is on pace to have his first career 1,000-yard rushing season. And number four, which I'm going to talk about, which is what this video is primarily going to talk about, the Jets arguably have two bookend tackles for the next 10 to 15 years in Olu Fashanu and Armand Membou. Olu Fashanu was the Jets' first-round selection last year, back in the 2024 draft. Played for the University of Penn State, which is a legendary and historic university. They've produced a lot of great, especially Hall of Fame caliber football players over the years. So yeah, there's that. And even though Olu Fashanu, wasn't the week one starter, Hold on one second, I'm sorry. Wasn't the week one starter. He did play very well at left tackle. I still think his best game as a rookie was when not only he didn't allow a sack, but he also didn't allow a single pressure versus the Seattle Seahawks. Then of course he ended up missing the last few games of the year with a mild foot injury. So there's that. But hold on one second. Even though Armand Olu Fashanu, I'm going all over the place here. I apologize, everybody. He's had a bit of a slow start to the season. He has played, in my opinion, especially from what I've seen, extremely well these last several plus weeks. He has not been penalized since week 3, so that is a great sign. And he hasn't had a whole lot of pressures. He hasn't allowed a whole lot of sacks since that time, especially these past few weeks. And Um, Hold on one second. Fashanu really has come to his own this year in general after having a pretty promising rookie season last year. And I said, even though he had a bit of a slow start, he has played very well, especially as of recent weeks. He has not been penalized since week 3. And I think the Jets probably have arguably their best left tackle since the Brickashaw Ferguson. I mean, since 2017, after the Brickashaw Ferguson retired in 2015, and after the late and great Nick Mangold in 2016, the Jets have gone through a turnstile at offensive line. And prior to especially this year, it has been below average. A lot of these offensive linemen have been below average. They have not lived up to the standards. They have not lived up to expectations. It has been, below average. But seemingly these past couple of draft picks at the offensive line, well, Joe Tippmann back in 2023, but, they have a bright future at tackle with Olu and Armand Membou. Now, as for Armand Membou, obviously on Sunday versus the Atlanta Falcons was his first rough game of his career where he gave up a couple of sacks, was flagged for a few false starts. But other than that, he has played out of his freaking mind. He has dominated some of the league's best defenders, including the future Hall of Famer himself, the younger brother of J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt, back at the beginning of the season in Week 1 at home versus the Steelers. He has played very well at right tackle and definitely has held, pretty much, relatively speaking, has held the fort down. So honestly, you got Joe Tippmann, who has settled in extremely well at right guard these last several plus weeks, even though he was the Jets' full-time center last year and has relatively played well at that position last year. Hasn't really missed a game since his rookie year so far, and has been relatively healthy these last couple of years so far. So honestly, I do think the Jets are heading in the right direction. The coaching staff has definitely improved these last few weeks. The play of the young youth at the offensive line, especially with Armand, Membou, and Fashanu, has definitely lived up to the hype. And of course with Joe Tippin as well. Hopefully they can finally put it all together in years to come. But we shall see, everybody. We shall see. But I will say this: the Jets definitely have a bright future with their offensive line. Of course, it all comes down to after this season: are they going to re-sign? Are they going to bring back AVT? Are they going to bring back John Simpson? Are they going to bring in a center, a higher quality center than Josh Mars? Josh Mars hasn't played bad, but he actually hasn't been great. So we shall see. With that being said, that's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.